Almighty push.
Yo. Welcome to the show. This is Bro Talk Live. This is March 19th, 2025. Without further ado, by the way, Bro Talk is the land of positivity where empathy reigns. I am the sun that shines in that land. Your brother, Almighty Vibes himself. Hey, yo, a lot has been going on. Let's get right into it. So recently, the most updated update is that Big U, if you don't know, check out the previous reaction. Big U, Loose Cannon, Brick Baby, Rolling 60 indictment. But Big U has turned himself in. So this is that update right here. Let's get to it.
Almighty push.
Breaking news, this just in. The FBI says that South LA crime boss Eugene Big U Henley is now in custody. Authorities say he ran a mafia-like organization while masquerading as a music mogul and gang peacemaker. Fox 11's Christina Gonzalez spoke to a rapper who worked with him. She joins us live with a story you'll see only on Fox 11, and this story breaking as we speak, Christina.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I am hearing that Big U and the other person they were looking for, Brian Mejia, both turned themselves in. This is developing as we speak, and as we speak, people are coming up and saying, on the one hand, that he did a lot for the community, and then there are those like this woman who say things are not what they seem. Listen to her.
No, I'm not surprised because I've been fighting this fight for a long time.
Rapper Alicia Choi speaks about federal authorities accusing LA rap music executive and community activist Eugene Big U Henley of leveraging his connections with the Rolling 60s Crips to run a criminal enterprise, even funneling funds from his community nonprofits into his criminal operations.
You cannot do evil when the cameras are off and smile and help kids when the cameras are on.
Choice, who you may have seen in rap videos like this one, says she was a budding artist when she first met him.
I was just a young kid wanting to rap and wanting to live out my dream and working hard. And, you know, he really took advantage of me. I wanted to help bring donations into his nonprofit Development Options. And with that being said, he just wanted to take over. He wanted to bully me. He wanted to control me. And when I wouldn't allow that, that's when he started jumping on me and beating me, extorting me, threatening people not to work with me. And I was scared for a long time to speak up. I was actually terrified.
And I want to emphasize, these are very serious accusations she is making. And, you know, she says it is her fear, which makes it very difficult to follow up on these things. But she says her fear kept her from going to police. She did not file police reports, but that she did try getting a restraining order at one point. Now, what the feds, and we'll go to his photo again because it's hard to see him as a person that the feds are saying what he did when we are used to seeing him in such a different light. What they're charging him with has nothing to do with what she is accusing him from. The charges do not include anything of what she's saying, but they do say that part of the investigation involves the murder of another young rapper back in Las Vegas. Back in 2021, I talked to police in Vegas, and they told me over the phone that the murder was over. Are you ready for this? A diss that he had written something in a song supposedly talking bad about Big U, and that is why he ended up getting murdered. That's what the police were telling me. So it's just still developing. There's going to be a lot more to this whole thing, but we can tell you he has turned himself in, and I'm sure a lot of people are waiting to hear what he has to say about this, including us. I'm Christina Gonzalez, live Hayden Park. Back to you guys in the studio.
And Christina, there's a connection to Shaquille O'Neal as well, right?
What? Shaq?
You know, I have not had time to look into that, and I am so wary of the, because what's happening is a lot of people were seen with him. We're putting money into this nonprofit, and now the feds are saying that he took a lot of this money and it did not end up going to help kids. Again, keep in mind, that doesn't mean that kids were not being helped in some capacity by the organizations. The question is where the money went. It's not just Shaq, it's other rappers, other big names that I want to have time to really look into these allegations. Because even with the feds saying it, these are personalities that are well loved in this community, and they need to also have a chance to respond for themselves.
Yeah.
So, you know, stay tuned. We'll let you know as soon as we can confirm more things. But yeah, even Shaquille O'Neal, part of this whole thing. How sad.
That's crazy. All right. Hey, yo. Hey, they got Shaq wrapped up in all this, bro. Hey, yo. But bro turned himself in, man. You know what I'm saying? And, hey, look. Let's see the video of bro turning himself in because, you know what I mean? Then we're going to get into a more in-depth one with Flacco's reaction. You know, let's see. I know Cliff got this right, huh?
Hey, YouTube family, like I say, it's real muy caliente out here. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting outside, you know. I keep.
Let me see. I want to just get the audio.
And they had a press conference.
Let's just get straight to the audio.
Myself in. This is my last video before I turn myself in. I'm with my family. Talk to my sons, I talk to everybody, man. I'm just saying, going to deal with this fight, see what it is. I just want y'all to know, all this stuff is quagmire. Shit is all bull crap. You know, I just need y'all prayers. I need y'all to, I don't even know what to say.
Bro, sound hella defeated right now.
21 years, I elevated my family, come back, sit in here and write and do what I need to do until I can come back home. People are supposed to help me, I hope you help me. If you can't, you don't worry about it. A lot of stuff y'all hearing is straight trash. And I appreciate the love and I appreciate the people who've been helping me. I don't know. It's hard helping black people and not being hunted for doing it.
First Street, it might be to, I don't know if it's to the right or the left.
Reach out to anybody who can help me, y'all.
You hear me?
Help my own family. Appreciate y'all. Go. I'm looking at this video as I come in to turn myself in, and I'm disheartened by the fact that they trying to say that I stole something from Developing Option or I used Developing Option as a front. Developing Option paid my bills. They paid my house note. They paid the bills for my family, the money I made from as an employee for Developing Option. I never mixed that with nothing. I didn't manipulate nobody. I didn't steal nothing. We did PPP loans. We did 2 loans. And that's it, just like everybody else did. I didn't use no fraud. I didn't give none of fake names. And one of them we was paying back and one they forgave. You know what I mean? And the other one we attempted for and they didn't give us nothing for it. I filed my taxes and them coming around telling me I was using Developing Option as a cover. Cover for what? None of that's gonna be true. None of that's gonna be true. The government putting this big ass picture and they gonna arrest 21 dudes, some dudes I don't even talk to. I don't even know nothing about. So how the hell you gonna lump me in with all them? But it's all the big picture though. It's all the big picture. Now I'm gonna be sitting in here, it's gonna be years out of my life.
Facts.
Then you going to get dudes who I don't even talk to. What they gonna say? You ruining people's lives. I heard it's up with 21 people that's been arrested. This shit wrong. It is what it is. Church, just pray for me. Just pray for me, pray for my family. And you look at what we did. You look at what I did. I've been home 21 years. It ain't over though. That's what it's not. Blessings.
Now, like I say, man, muy caliente.
Hey, yo, so y'all see, you know what I'm saying? Y'all see what he said about it, man. But we're going to even go in depth. I mean, my whole thing, because I'm looking at his facial expressions and things like that to maybe predict, could it be the case? Because from what I'm hearing, he's not denying, like so far he's denied a few things, but he's not like PP loan thing he's denied, you know what I'm saying? Cool. But the actual allegations, he's not said anything. I'm like, oh, that's crazy. That's my son's, you know what I'm saying? He hasn't said that, you know what I mean? And some more stuff. So, I mean, whatever, you know, the extortion things and all that, I don't know. And me personally, you know what I mean? This, you know, Wack had been talking about this shit for a minute, bro. You know what I mean? Like, we can't act like Wack hadn't been talking about this and all that, you know what I mean? And because bro be loud, so people probably be like, oh, no, this nigga just narratives. But here we are, you know what I mean? But Flacco, the poetic one himself, Poetic Flacco, got you know, a video on this, and you know how he goes in depth. So let's go ahead and watch that. You feel me?
This is bad. Really, really, really bad. If you haven't heard already, earlier this morning, the Department of Justice announced that Big U, Loose Cannon, and Brick Baby, they've all been charged in a federal complaint alleging racketeering crimes were committed by the Rolling 60s. 19 people total have been arrested and charged in the first federal complaint. Now, this federal complaint is surrounding Big U and Big U Enterprises, and the people you see on the screen are people the feds believe helped Big U commit crimes. Brick Baby is also the subject of another separate sealed indictment that we know nothing about until Brick Baby goes to court and the indictment gets unsealed. So there's a lot of components working here, and I'm gonna try to simplify it as much as possible in this video. This came as a shock to a lot of us, but the people involved like Brick Baby and Loose Cannon, they've been expecting this for a very long time. It's been a countdown, to be honest. They've knew that the RICO was coming for some time now. The feds have raided Brick Baby and Loose Cannon's crib. They've had several interactions with the feds. So the feds have been messing with them for a very long time, and they would even admit to such.
Look, outside of that, the feds picked you up 2 times, right? You said the feds have picked you up on numerous occasions, right?
What part? What time? Yeah. Okay, so look.
So
we're going to elaborate and we're going to respond to that. No. Because at the end of the day, it's like this, right? Because when the same time they came and picked your ass up, right? They came and got Big Useless, right? And then, you know, they rolled on me.
Yeah.
So you already know the answer.
I don't know that they wrote on you. I'm telling you. I'm saying
we dealing with this
2 separate times. Okay, I hear you.
Okay, wait, hold on.
You're talking.
No, look
to them.
Okay, so listen.
You can't just say you know.
Okay, no. So
Loose Cannon and Brick Baby revealed last night that Loose Cannon, Brick Baby, and Big U all had a run-in with the feds right around the exact same time.
Last night?
Brick Baby's house was raided and an AK-47 was found. And Brick Baby picked up a federal gun case at the time. Now, Brick will say that the feds and the state police raided his home. However, the feds didn't really charge him. It's the state police who charged him, but it was a DA reject. But
hey, hold on, Almighty fam. Hey, make sure you hit that subscribe button and tap in. You know what I'm saying? This is the land of positivity where, this is the land of positivity where empathy reigns. And I am the sun that shines in that line. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Your boy Almighty Vibes. You feel me? Hey, tap in. Let's keep going.
After they raided his crib, Brick Baby will confide in his homie at the time called Christopher Lovejoy, a.k.a. 600. And he will tell 600 that he was notified that Big U was being investigated for a federal RICO. And he will tell 600 that the federal RICO was stemming from a hot one out of town. And by hot one, he means a murder that took place out of town.
600, that go back to you. He told you, the feds talked to him and told you what?
You understand? I'm with Brick at this time. I was his savior to bring it back to the hood. He telling me everything that's going on, so I know what's going on with the case and everything other. So he's telling me, man, the feds be on all your videos, bro. They like, man, Lovejoy gives us a tour of the hood every day. He tells me they watch all your videos. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, huh? Why do I watch my video? Like, whatever. But he's like, yeah, bro. They found the chop. I'm like, okay. So I didn't really think nothing of it because, like I told you, my whole stance with him at that point was he never told before this. So I just assumed that he was in some hot grease and he had whatever he had coming from the legal system. So I never really followed up on till time started going by. Like, nigga, what's up with that case? They start going around it. You know
no, but no, 600. Your first red flag was when he started telling you the feds was telling him about Big U.
Oh,
feds don't just go to telling you unless you.
So that's what he telling me. He like, bro, Big U on fire, bro. It's ugly for Cuz. They want Cuz in jail. They got a RICO on him. I'm like, yeah? He like, nah, but you ain't got nothing to worry about. It's a Big U RICO, not a 6-0 RICO. Everybody who he been dealing with. They tied Cuz to a house, went out the way. I'm like, ooh. He said, yeah, it's ugly. I'm like, damn.
That's the thing the family
called. Flacco, you see what we be saying?
Whoa, who's that Flacco guy?
Flacco, you the one.
Who he is, bro. That's no, not this guy, bro. Not Flacco.
The poetic one.
Hey, bro. I don't know nothing.
It's you.
The hot one out of town, aka the murder out of town that they're referring to, is the 2021 murder of Rayshawn Williams. Rayshawn Williams is the best friend of Big U's son. Rayshawn Williams lived with Big U at some point. Now, Rayshawn Williams was found dead in a ditch with multiple bullet wounds in Vegas in 2021. Late last week, Christopher Lovejoy, aka 600, would actually take to social media to reveal that the family of Rayshawn Williams told him that the police located Big U's DNA under Rayshawn Williams' fingernails.
Man, we got some pretty disturbing news, man. And I remember a couple of days ago when I mentioned that case where the kid, the football player, you know, Big U's son's best friend, played on the football team, who was living with Big U, was killed. And it was saying that Big U didn't show up to the funeral, never contacted the mother for any type of support.
See, now that's where it gets a little off, though. Like,
blocked her and everything.
Show up to the funeral.
It was just like, damn, bro. Like,
or someone you messed with.
You always say if you know anything about these gang murders to give you the information. But when the football player is the best friend of your son who was living with you turns up dead, you don't want nothing to do with nothing, right?
Yeah, that's off.
So the news came out today, this morning. The mother said that Big U has been denying to give his DNA. So they had to send a warrant to get Big U's DNA.
I could just be on some hood shit, you know, and trying to cooperate with the police, though. You know what I'm saying? That don't mean much, you know what I mean?
Big U, Eugene Henley's DNA came back on her son's fingernails.
WAC 100 will follow this up by posting a call between himself and the family of Rayshawn Williams, where they are alerting WAC 100 that the police plan on arresting Big U in late March.
Just being real though, his fingernails being his DNA being on the fingernails. Yeah, they could have had an argument and all that good stuff, and he fought, but that doesn't necessarily. I don't know if they can use that to pinpoint that he actually murked him, fought, dude, but murked him. Mind you, I'm just playing devil's advocate in this. You know what I'm saying?
March, early April.
You got a dope case, conspiracy. So yeah, wait, that is DNA test in my brother's nails. Okay, so that's bad work. So that means my brother.
Now that's what y'all been hearing. This one ain't nobody heard. Let me find this shit.
Since of April. Hey, they still ain't arrested you, nigga? Well, they told me between me and you, please, between me and you, don't tell nobody because they don't want nobody to know. They're going to be making an arrest the ending of March, the beginning of April.
She told WAC don't tell nobody, but WAC told the entire internet. Now, WAC's explanation for this is he had to tell the internet because if he didn't, people will look at him a certain way. But right on cue, everything that's been discussed on the internet over the last year and a half surrounding Big U, Big Baby, Rayshawn Williams, and everything in loose cannon, it all came in fruition, even down to the exact arrest date. Right on cue, the feds announced the federal indictment of Big U and 18 other Rolling 60 associates this morning.
Good morning. I'm Joe McNally, the acting United States Attorney here in Los Angeles. Today, we're here to announce federal criminal charges against Eugene Henley Jr., a career criminal known as Big U, who used his contacts and leadership role in the Crips criminal street gang the entertainment industry, and a youth charity to further his own criminal enterprise, an enterprise that engaged in murder, extortion, robbery, human trafficking, COVID fraud, and other felonies. Mr. Henley and several other individuals linked to him and his criminal enterprise were charged in a criminal complaint with federal racketeering conspiracy. Mr. Henley is a fugitive, and he is currently wanted by federal law enforcement.
We will learn several things during this press conference. We will learn that the feds have been looking at the podcast in LA. They've been looking at several LA podcasts, recording, taking down everything. So if you've been speaking on an LA podcast as of lately, bro, over the last 4 years, you are in severe trouble.
If you're speaking on the internet, you know what I mean? Period.
Would also alert that this entire investigation, this entire RICO investigation into Big U and his associates and his business dealings all started with the murder of Rayshawn Williams. When they began to investigate the murder of Rayshawn Williams in 2021, that's when the investigation of Big U and the Rolling 60 started. Now, the feds will officially say that Big U is responsible for the death of Rayshawn Williams, in their opinion.
As I said, Mr. Henley is a widely known
If the Fed is saying it, then they got
60s.
it. I ain't gonna hold
He
it.
rose to prominence in that gang decades ago, and he has since been a fixture on the internet, talk shows, and podcasts. All things that law enforcement have looked at closely as part of this investigation. He has maintained the image of an entertainment industry entrepreneur, running a music label.
You heard it for the feds themselves. They be watching social media.
Los Angeles, funding a South LA-based charity, developing options, which purports to help at-youth risk escape gang life.
At-risk youth.
And escape the perils of gangs in high-crime areas. The facts alleged in the complaint paint a very different picture. It is one of a murderer, a thief, a liar, and a cheat, and the criminals that enabled him. For example, Mr. Henley engaged in a murder of a musician signed to his label in 2021 and dumped the victim's body in Las Vegas off of the I-15 freeway. He then attempted to evade and obstruct the investigation into the murder, including ordering witnesses not to speak with law enforcement.
Let's run through the murder of Rayshawn Williams and exactly why they're tying Big U to the murder of Rayshawn Williams. Rayshawn was signed to Big U's record label, Unique Music. So on January 20th, 2021, Big U sent Rayshawn Williams to Vegas to record music in a Grammy-nominated studio. He got an Airbnb for Rayshawn Williams, and he paid for the studio time for a week. Rayshawn Williams was to record a bunch of music, and afterwards, Big U would choose which music he can get behind according to the affidavit. But according to the documents, when Rayshawn Williams got to Vegas, he really wasn't taking advantage of being able to record in a Grammy-nominated studio. He will record one day, take the next day off. They won't see him the following day. He come back, and then they don't see him again. So the Grammy-nominated studio, one of the employees contacted Big U, and they let Big U know, hey, bruh, you paying for studio time, but homie ain't really coming to record like that. Big U, being really annoyed according to the court documents, hopped in his vehicle with one of his right-hand mans who goes by Robinson. So Big U and Robinson hopped in the car and they drove to Vegas. Big U popped up at Rayshawn Williams' Airbnb at about 2 a.m. on January 24th. When confronted by Big U for being lazy and not recording, Rayshawn Williams would tell Big U that he didn't go to the studio a couple of days because he didn't have a ride to the studio. It's unclear exactly how that discussion went, but it couldn't have went too bad because Big U would still schedule a studio session for 7 p.m. that day, and Rayshawn Williams would join Big U at the studio a couple hours later, around like 9-ish p.m. So Rayshawn Williams and Big U went to the studio, according to the documents, and they recorded records and heard the other records that Rayshawn Williams had recorded, and they left the studio around 12:30 a.m. Officials believe that Big U turned off his phone shortly after leaving the studio with Rayshawn Williams because Big U's phone stopped reporting data shortly after 12:30 a.m. But officials will say they know that Big U drove the vehicle with Rayshawn Williams in it back to the Airbnb because around 1:13 a.m., they arrived at the Airbnb according to the surveillance footage, and Rayshawn Williams got out of the vehicle and went inside and grabbed all of his belongings, despite the fact that Rayshawn Williams' flight wasn't scheduled until the following day, and the Airbnb checkout wasn't scheduled until the following day. So Rayshawn Williams grabbing all of his belongings from out the house was kind of suspicious according to officials, but he grabbed all of his belongings and got back into the vehicle with Big U according to the officials. Per the Airbnb footage, Rayshawn Williams and Big U would drive off together. Big U's phone wouldn't come back on or start pinging information until about 2:15 a.m. A witness at the studio would say that Big U returned back to the studio without Rayshawn Williams at 3 a.m. in the morning. Now, the witness would say that Big U was drenched in sweat, and when they asked Big U what he was doing, he said that he just left the gym. About 6 hours later, Rayshawn Williams' body was found in a ditch near North Vegas at about 9 a.m. in the morning. Now, police believed, or they determined, his death was a manner of a homicide. Investigators believe that between 1:13 a.m. and 2:15 a.m., Big U and Rayshawn Williams drove away from the Airbnb. Big U drove Rayshawn Williams to North Vegas, shot and killed Rayshawn Williams, and dumped his body in a ditch, and then drove back to the studio drenched in sweat. Investigators will say, according to witness testimony, that Big U and Rayshawn Williams had an altercation at the studio before they ultimately left together. And the altercation stemmed from Big U discovering that while Rayshawn Williams was in Vegas, one of the songs that he recorded at that studio was a record that could be interpreted as a Big U diss track. According to officials, they have a witness account of the altercation, but they don't have the footage of the altercation, because shortly after Rayshawn's body was found, Big U instructed the studio to delete or remove all equipment that was in the studio the night that the altercation took place, as well as delete all the surveillance footage. So they don't have the footage of the actual altercation, but they have a first-hand account of it. And that's why they're charging Big U with the murder of Rayshawn Williams.
Answered questions when he was down there. They asked him when the last time you saw this person or this person, that person, and he told them, 6 months, a year. Nigga, it's not believable that a human being went that long without washing their hands, because your skin get up under his nails. You know, you had to see him, so he kind of himself saying he ain't been around him, but his DNA, but that ain't even the worst. The worst ain't even come out. So I told Six, until it come out, you don't say nothing. It come out, it's in the blog.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, Wack.
From my perspective, I don't know about them 6 months. The 6 months is kind of like, bro, if there's eyewitnesses who seen you at the studio that night, it's kind of,
that's crazy.
6 months is hard to believe, especially if this is somebody who used to live with you. This is somebody who was signed to your label. Not seeing them in 6 months, but they're signed to you is kind of like, I don't know about that one. But in terms of the DNA, there has been some misinformation being spread about Big U's DNA being found under the fingernail of Rayshawn Williams. Right? The truth about that is they did indeed get Big U's DNA, and they did indeed test it. Now, the DNA results came back inconclusive, but we can't exclude him completely, meaning Rayshawn Williams probably had multiple people's DNA under his fingernails, right? He probably had his girl, had his mom, right? So they're saying that we can't completely say Big U's DNA is here, but we can't say it's not either. So it's inconclusive. Investigating this murder and trying to really
shout out to
pin down
Flacco,
Big
bro.
U
He really be doing his work.
Was the beginning of this entire investigation into Big U Enterprise and the RICO we currently see with the Rolling 60s. Without this murder, this investigation in RICO never happens. But this murder isn't the only charge on this RICO. They're charging Big U, as you guys just heard, and his associates with robbery, fraud, human trafficking. So let's get into some of these charges. That's a fact.
The feds don't play.
So let's get into the human trafficking charge.
Henley's criminal enterprise also engaged in other crimes, including transporting prostitutes across state lines, extorting strip clubs.
According to officials, Big U utilized
not
this
Armani,
right here,
bro.
Armani Afalachi. He was also intimate with. He utilized her to transport 304s across state lines often. So she would recruit the women to come to Big U parties when he's chilling with the boys. Now, according to police, one of these interactions was actually captured on wiretap, which is severely underwhelming. When we hear the charge human trafficking, I'm thinking something crazy.
It's just
right?
pimping,
like busting
bro.
down some 304s, bro. I guess it's considered that.
Yeah.
The human trafficking dates back to an incident that took place November of 2022, which really highlights how long they've been investigating for. So in November of 2022, Big U paid Afalaj $1,000 to transport 3 women from the Central District of California to Las Vegas to engage in prostitution and other crimes under Nevada law. The feds, being armed with this information, decided not to go to Big U because that's who they want. They decided to go directly to, let's call her by her first name, Armani. So the feds went to Armani and presented her with everything they had. They said, yo, we got the wiretaps, bro. Do you want to be honest with us? And she kept it honest with them. June of 2023, they went to her house and they told her they got the wiretaps, they know everything that happened, and they planned on charging her with sex trafficking if she don't cooperate and speak to them. So she admitted that she promoted prostitution, but she did say that she doesn't think that she's a pimp. She's just known for bringing the hoes around whenever she's asked to bring the hoes around.
Almost shit.
Now, according to Armani, we call her by her first name now, she told investigators that she provided Big U with women as long as the women were paid. That representation is corroborated by a series of intercepted calls from January 2023 when Armani said she was bringing 7 women to Big U, and after which Big U talked to Armani and others about her being upset when they did not get paid right away. According to Armani, she told her women, cash, charge them before you hit. Cash before smash. So apparently when the women was coming around and they was smashing before getting cash, you know, some of them was getting shorter. You feel me? They wasn't getting the full amount and Armani wasn't having it. So that's on wiretap as well, of them having that conversation of why you not.
See, I was going to say, bro, she could have said, man, I'm just a manager. I manage these women. They go out there, dance, strippers, perform. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. But once you talking about smashing, it's LV.
I paying my girls the right amount. Here's where the story gets a little crazy. So she talked to the investigators. She let them know, yeah, you know, I provided women for Big U. He paid for it, et cetera, et cetera. So she agreed to meet the investigators at a particular time and date. But the investigators told her, hey, bruh, don't tell Big U we talked to you. You got it?
Of course she
told. So she agreed, right? And her knowing that she's on wiretap, by the way, right? Because the police is showing her and playing her the wiretap of their conversation and saying, yo, own up to it. And that's why she owned up to it. So knowing she's on wiretap and knowing the investigators told her, don't talk to anybody about this. As soon as they left, I'm talking about that day immediately, there's a wiretap conversation of Big U, Armani, and others on the phone where Armani is telling Big U the feds just came by. The document says, however, after they told her, don't talk to Big U, wiretap communication between Big U, her, and others showed that after Armani's interview, she met with Big U and other Big U Enterprise associates to discuss her interaction with law enforcement. Those calls started right after the interview with an associate calling Big U, demanding to talk to him immediately about money. On that call, Big U made sure that the caller kept Armani where she was at so that Big U could meet up with her about it. The next day, Big U and Armani talked on the phone about what happened yesterday. Armani never met with the investigators after the conversation with Big U, and she stopped cooperating, right? She refused to cooperate any further, which is why she was arrested and picked up in this RICO. Now, according to wiretaps, Big U was talking to another associate, let him know while on the phone, while on a wiretap, that his lawyer told him that he shouldn't be on the phone. So Big U was well aware. I'm talking about like well aware, like what was going on. So he knew they were investigating him ever since late 2022, early 2023. They're also charging Big U with robberies and a string of extortion that stems anywhere from extorting individual citizens, extorting NBA All-Stars, extorting entertainers, and extorting local businesses.
The RICO charges against Mr. Henley and his associates reflect a pattern of crimes that runs a gambit from extortion to robbery to murder to tax fraud and to human trafficking. all under the umbrella of a well-organized criminal organization led by Mr. Henley. Additionally, Mr. Henley duped the County of Los Angeles by running a nonprofit named Developing Options, which was set up to pull youth out of the gang life and promote anti-gang solutions. Yet Mr. Henley continued to personally orchestrate violent gang activity that impact our communities.
It's at this stage in the indictment we get introduced to Loose Cannon's role and Brick Baby role in this indictment. You see, Loose Cannon and Brick Baby were described as essentially Big U's henchmen, people who were under Big U who committed crimes and robberies on behalf of Big U. And there's several instances that they describe. The first instance would be Big U and Loose Cannon in the dispensary play. So there was a local dispensary paying Big U about $25,000 a month for protection. Now, the dispensary owner got sick and tired of paying it, and he stopped paying it. And when he stopped paying the $25,000 a month, Big U said, according to the officials now, Big U said, okay, you're not going to play no more? Okay, cool. So in retaliation, on July 5th of 2021, a couple of Big U associates, about a dozen plus, they ran up in a dispensary with guns and armed. Now, strategically, they ran up in a dispensary with no mask on, barefaced, because they wanted the victim one to know that we are Big U guys, and this is because you didn't pay Big U that $25,000. And one of the dudes involved, as you guys see right here, Tremaine Williams, was Loose Cannon. They took the belongings of the customers, the owners, anybody that was in the dispensary. They robbed you. Like, it don't matter if you were a customer or an employee, you got robbed. They took the marijuana. They took all the cash from the dispensary. They took it all. Now, here's the part of the story that I found almost unbelievable. Like, I couldn't believe it. Like, if I didn't already hear this story before, I would think it was impossible. So during the robbery, apparently one of the assailants contacted Big U, according to authorities. They put the store owner, the dispensary owner, on the phone with Big U on FaceTime, where Big U is letting him know, hey, bro, I try to warn you, man. I told you to keep paying that $25,000. According to officials, now Flacco, I don't want no smoke. I'm just reporting the news, people, all right? So after they robbed him, they put, the dude on FaceTime with Big U. And, Big U essentially said, all right, listen, they taking your stuff to my crib. Come over to my crib and we can have a conversation about you possibly getting some things back, but we got to reinstate our original agreement. So the victim went to Big U's premises, as you guys see right here. And others were there, including Loose Cannon, according to the victim. Now, Big U told this person, that's how you rob yourself. Insane. Then Big U demanded $10,000 from the victim to ensure that other robberies did not occur. Now, according to reports, Big U also directed the victim to identify other businesses or dispensaries that he could similarly rob and assure that the victim, would not get robbed himself, and they will also compensate him from whatever they get. They reinstated the agreement, but it wasn't 25 bands a month as it used to be because he was no longer at that peak of business. So they agreed and settled on a lower amount. But here's the thing. Victim one went working with the police, bro. He said, bro,
nigga.
I done had enough, bro.
Like, bro, this is a new age. All that shit don't work.
Cooperate with the police, and they began to scheme up methods to really catch Big U in the act of extortion, which we will get to shortly.
And so basically, it's like, cause he'll be like he'll manipulate things. Like, we'll go and do something, and the same niggas we do it to show up to the house like 10 minutes later when we trying to counting everything, right? And we be like, how the they get that? Oh, well, we're gonna just give them like $40,000 back and stuff like that. But because it's actually putting us in paperwork, right? And like doing like real police.
Oh my God, everything is like piecing up now. It's
crazy. When he got 20 guns, he's selling them to the homies. But I'm like, why are you writing down the serial numbers? So it's like he was doing like shit like that, and I didn't catch on. So it was like, I'm waking up now. You get what I'm saying? Because
this is high-tech shit.
I'm his right-hand man. You get what I'm saying? So when it came down to like dirt and stuff like that, I'm going to get it.
Shout out to Romania, man. Much love, man.
One
day,
you
know why he wanted to get a dude back to 40, right?
That's the exact sequence of event that took place with the dispensary. Robbed the dispensary. The person is at the house because they FaceTime Big U allegedly, according to the documents, while at the dispensary. They agreed to meet up at the crib. They meet up at the crib. They give the guy a portion of his money back, told him, hey, bro, you got to get back on the payment plan. According to...
Man says, have you ever heard of Arab? Hell yeah, man. Of course. Of course.
To the document, Loose Cannon admitting to this on No Jumper contributed to him being charged and indicted for it, because the victim been saying Loose Cannon was involved, but there's no video footage of Loose Cannon involved.
Wow.
There's no surveillance of Loose Cannon involved. But Loose Cannon saying this on No Jumper led to the feds indicting him for being involved, because the victim statement and your statement aligns with exactly what took place. So this is bad. In that same interview, Loose Cannon would break down how they robbed Meek Mill at the instructions of Big U, and they were able to extort $50,000 from Rick Ross, but Big U took all the money and iced them out, and that's how they fell out.
Cuz is actually putting us in paperwork, right? And like doing like real police shit. I seen the nigga get like 20 guns, and when he got 20 guns, he's selling them to the homies. But I'm like, why are you writing down the serial numbers? So it's like he was doing like shit like that, and I didn't catch on. So it was like, I'm waking up now. You get what I'm saying? Because I'm his
high-tech shit.
I'm his right hand man. You get what I'm saying? So when it came down to like dirt and stuff like that, I'm gonna get it. You get what I'm saying? And then like.
One day, you know why he wanted to get a dude back to 40, right? Because he was going to make dude give him 20 for getting it back.
Of course.
And kept you out of it.
Of course. He did that to, when I did that to Meek Mills and Rick Ross.
What'd you do to them?
So,
the club, when you sweated them in the club?
Yeah.
Dude, and Meek and Rick have no idea that Draw sent you at him.
Yeah. No, yeah, they sit there because I called Ross. I'm like, Ross,
boy, this shit getting crazy.
Drop off the 50,000 and we're going to let Meek live on crib. So, Ross dropped off the 50,000.
Just told him himself
so
all
me and the
on
homies,
camera.
we go back.
He
stopped answering the phone. He stopped picking up.
Loose Cannon and Big U's relationship, as it's identified in the document, it's similar to Big U's and Brick Baby's relationship. Now, Loose Cannon is indicted for doing robberies on behalf of Big U. Brick Baby is also indicted for doing robberies on behalf of Big U. On November 11th, 2022, Brick Baby and Big U had a conversation that was wiretapped. During that conversation, Brick Baby identified as Mitchell. Big U identified as Henley. Mitchell, Brick Baby, was, having a conversation about how much money Brick Baby should give to Big U in the recent robbery they partaked in. Now, if we scroll down, you will see Big U is talking to another gentleman in a wiretap call, and that conversation goes, they robbed which is Brick Baby, from some ish. They made a ninja call his plug, and then they booked him. So in another wiretap call, Big U is talking to somebody who confirms that Brick Baby made somebody call their plug, and then they robbed the plug. And apparently, Big U only got a portion of the money because they had to split it between 5 to 7 people. And remember the owner of the dispensary that allegedly got robbed by Loose Cannon and Big U? Well, that owner began to cooperate with the feds, right? Began to cooperate with police. And they began to record all his interactions with Big U. When Big U called demanding he bring his weekly payments, when he pulled up to give Big U the weekly payments, all of that got recorded on video. This is one of the dudes I really feel bad for. He was just a legal business owner who opened up a dispensary in the wrong neighborhood that was ran by Big U in the rolling 60s, because you can see here, they agreed, give us $2,000 every Monday, and he had to bring $2,000 every Monday, 8 bands a month. It got to a point where, the agreement didn't even matter, right? According to the document, Big U would call him and be like, hey, bro, I need $3,000, right? I'm trying to get a gift for somebody. And he had to bring the money whenever he was called. And when he don't, well, you see threats right here where it says in the document, Big U told him, do we need to do another takeover like we did before? I think dude was ready to play ball, but once it gets to a point where, you're literally being drained dry, yo, you are being drained so dry that you don't even have enough to live. Like, you don't even have enough to run your business. Like, you essentially have to tell at this point to survive and live and eat. So the dude began to work with the feds, and the feds began to give him money to give the Big U. He's on camera paying Big U $1,000 of his extortion fee, $1,500 of his extortion fee, $1,000, and then it got to a point around 2023 where I guess Big U was sort of understanding the feds were investigating him. So then his homeboy began to accept the money on his behalf. Robinson accepted numerous weekly payments.
How is that
on behalf
smart?
Of Big U, according to the officials.
You just put your homeboy in it.
By the way, is on camera, including the wiretaps where they're demanding that the victim bring them their money. There's a great deal of extortion claims, and if I cover everything, we'll be here all day. All right, we'll be here all day. But
anyway, shout out to Flacco, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Flacco. Bad time to catch him.
I think it's unfortunate. As of now, Big U is.
Anyway, so yeah, man. Shout out to Flacco, bro. Yo, look, this whole situation, bro. I'm gonna tell you like this, man. Bruh, at first when I saw that, when we saw that video of, him talking about, like, he looked innocent, but you could tell he was defeated because he knew, you know what I'm saying? It's like, like, bro, they don't, you know what I mean? And it's with all this evidence and the connection and all the videos we seeing, bro, I don't know how you gonna spin this one, bro, like, real talk. But then again, nothing is impossible. That's one thing I always tell people on this channel. So nothing is impossible. Anything could happen. You know what I'm saying? You think things are gonna go one way, it ends up going the other way. So it's still possible that, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know, bruh. It looked like Waco Hunter might have won this battle, bruh. You know what I'm saying? He might have won this war or battle, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Because shit. I'm just saying, because we used to think, you used to think, bro, you know what I'm saying? Like, Wack just talking, you know what I'm saying? But, bruh, like, this is crazy. Man. And bro turned himself in. I mean, what's he gonna do? He can't be doing all that, and nobody was going, you know what I'm saying? He's so a big name, no one's gonna mess with that. The feds, bro, we know their success rate and all that good stuff. So it's like, I mean, there's not that much that, you know what I'm saying, bro, could do. So it's just like, damn, bro, like, you know what I mean? To me, it's looking like this might be a legit, nab. Like, they might really got, bro. You know what I'm saying? But who knows? You know what I mean? Like, this shit just it look. I don't know, man. You know what I mean? It's crazy. But yeah, man. Y'all can let me know what y'all think about this joint, man. And let's go ahead and get into some more topics. You feel me? Let's get right into
Almighty push.
All right, so on the trending section of things, let's see. You feel me? There's been a few things I've seen. I'm gonna start. I mean, we're gonna cover that already. We're gonna start with this right here. Look at this. It said the John F. Kennedy files have been released. It says Donald Trump administration released over 2,000 previously classified files related to the 1963 assassination of President John F. Kennedy, following an executive order signed by President Trump on January 23rd, 2025. Trump announced that the release of the approximate 80,000 unredacted pages emphasizes transparency for the American public and the families of those assassinated. Documents made available through the National Archives and are part of the border for to. Okay, blah blah blah. Okay, long story short, bro. Hey, so the paperwork out there. You know what I'm saying? All the classified documents. They've been declassifying a lot of things, like the UFO thing and aliens thing, all that good stuff. Now this, hey, keep it up. I love the transparency, bro. Let's, you know what I'm saying? The slower, you get to desensitize us from all the so-called private classified stuff. We get to feel more related and more understanding within the, you know what I mean? But I don't really believe that truly there's ever going to be a point where, there's always people behind the scenes always, pulling the strings, to puppeteers. You feel me? How I feel them folks would never reveal themselves, and those secrets they would never tell. But the things, you know, I feel like they probably learned more stuff that this is like trivial for them. They're like, oh, yeah, they can handle this now. You know, they say nothing. You know what I mean? They probably already figured it out anyway. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? I don't know. All right. Let's see this. This one has been going crazy. If y'all don't know, Jess Hilarious and the Breakfast Club basically it's been crazy, bro. It's been crazy. Jess Hilarious went up, you know what I'm saying, talking about the Breakfast Club and all that good stuff and the recent thing, the Breakfast Club. You know what I mean? I reacted to it on my other channel, Almighty AF channel, so you can check that out, full on, you know, reaction. But let's go ahead and check it out right here too.
Team up that bitch. Not one person comes to my defense at all. Like when I'm like not one motherfucker ever with this online shit. Like, why the fuck should we have to keep playing it? Man, listen, I know one thing. Angela Yee ain't that motherfucking crazy. Not as crazy as niggas try to make out to be. Nah, it's the reason that lady wanted to leave that show. I don't know how she did that shit for 13 years, my nigga. I'm telling you. I don't give a fuck. Y'all already know what's up with me. Damn. I feel played with. I'ma play with niggas. Like, that's just like, come on. I've been quiet a lot. If Jess Hilarious is quiet, it's a motherfucking reason. I always got my motherfucking mouth open. All the time. Whether it's something y'all want to hear or it's something that y'all ain't gonna want to hear. I ain't got time. Didn't go live to talk about that retired ass nigga. Y'all want to hear or it's something that y'all ain't gonna want to hear.
Talking about Corey Holcomb. All right. So that's one part of it. Let's see the other part of it right here. I think
that retired ass nigga. Who still think he not retired. Nigga, you ain't doing nothing. And honestly, if he didn't hate me so much, I would actually agree with some shit that he was saying. I would. The girl is great at what she do. Lauren with the latest is flawless. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. She got that. I fought for that. The fuck is we talking about? I don't know how long it's gonna take for a motherfucker to confirm that. But yeah, it's like that. I started saying shit on air. Like I said, I don't know if y'all really listen to, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all really listen to that shit 6 a.m. or whatever. Yeah. That retired. I advocated for that. Get that shit to her. Get that segment to her. Man, that girl do what she do. She do it great. She was doing it great at TMZ. She doing it great at the Breakfast Club. I also been said that she did great during the co-hosting year too. Said that. Along with Claudia Jordan and Jason Lee. I also said that. Okay? Stop trying to make me out to be the villain. Or like I'm the fucking hater or something. I ain't never gonna hate on no fucking woman. Ever. No. Now listen. I may not say everything that y'all, I may offend women here and there. I offend men here and there. I offend others here and there, Okay. Y'all ain't gonna agree with everything I say and do, but I am never going to hate on a woman, especially if she got it going on. Yeah, I'm not. And Lauren LaRosa got it going on. She did. You know what I'm saying? I tell her that. Ask her. I don't know if she'll say it online. She thanks me on air, but she don't thank me online. I don't, you know what I'm saying? And I guess, shit a little different, online. But if niggas is a team, if we supposed to be a team, how about y'all clear some of this shit up for y'all teammate? The shit is ran like a high school.
She letting social media get to her, bro.
Yeah. It's ran like a high school. It is. Fair East Side High. Fair East Side High. Before Mr. Clark, though. Okay.
She got that job because I think she had a social media presence. I can't imagine why else.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah.
So she got that job. And I always said she wasn't talented. She got the job and got knocked up shortly afterwards. And the worst thing in the world happened. They brought in somebody who was talented.
Who they bring in?
Homegirl from she used to be on TMZ.
Yeah. Oh. She has experience with doing that. When she talks, her voice. I don't know her name.
Yeah.
The girl who is
about Lauren.
Lauren. That girl know what she doing. She knows how to fit in with Charlemagne and the other guy, DJ Envy. It's like it's seamless when she there.
Right.
It's the talent. The talent shows out, and then she got that job.
So I mean, y'all can see this whole situation for me. I mean, there's a lot more she says about the whole thing and say more. And as I said, if you want to check out the full reaction, you can go check out that on my Almighty AF channel on Bro Talk right here. I'm just gonna tackle this right now. My thing is clear that she let social media get to her, because I can't play it, but the Breakfast Club, they addressed this on the Breakfast Club. She talked about it, Envy, her, Charlemagne the God, even Lauren. So they all addressed it, and it just ended up being a thing of she letting the social media get to her because, what I mean, that's the thing I was saying when I was watching that. I was just like, bruh, she's famous. She's way richer than me. I'm literally at the bottom. Like, I have nothing. She has something, you know what I mean? She's, famous, all that good stuff, but she doesn't even understand how the whole fame game works. You don't pay attention to this thing. You know what I'm saying? Me, that's at the bottom right here. Yes, it might be two different levels because, that's, more people talking about it, more people focusing. Cool. But the idea is still the same. The concept is still the same. You know what I'm saying? Do your thing. Don't worry about what social media, it's just narratives being spun all the time. You don't fall into it. Just do your thing. My whole thing with that is that, so she was kind of, if you watch the full thing, she's kind of like talking about how she, she didn't like Lauren at first, but, do this and that, and, everybody's kind of pitting her against Lauren, and she looking like the villain, and nobody's defending her. And it's like, bro, everybody was like, bro, and when she says that on the, episode of Breakfast Club, they're like, Charlamagne like, where? She's like, online and all that good stuff. He's like, haven't I told y'all multiple times to stop focusing? They've been saying this. Don't focus on social media. And that's the whole thing. You know what I mean? It's all narratives. You know what I mean? As we talking about people going to talk about us. That's the game. You know what I mean? As she knows she's a mean person. Of course, people going to be mean. Expect that. You know what I mean? But if it's not fucking with your money, you good. You know what I'm saying? Another thing she was talking about, the Lauren, they need to change the show from Just to the Mess because, when she came back, Lauren LaRosa was the one handling that shit. They should change the name because she wasn't really, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, because there's a whole issue of them saying basically she can't read properly. So that's why they brought Lauren in. And that's cool. I don't see a problem with them, keeping your personality because they see that your personality is good. Oh, she can't read, so we ain't going to fire her just because she can't read. We're going to keep her because the personality is more important than the reading and hire somebody else on the side to just handle the reading thing. You know what I mean? And that's, to me, I think that's what they did. You know what I mean? And I don't see any problem with that, but I think she took a little issue with it. And, and I felt like, celebrities, when they take jobs as whatever celebrity job it is, they forget they're employees now. You know what I mean? You got to abide by, you know what I mean? And being an employee, you just don't be talking to your employer anyhow. You know what I mean? In the sense of like, she said she came back, or girl wasn't, doing like, basically that she was getting the vibe she was her replacement. You know what I'm saying? Or something like that, right? And it's like, cool. To me, as long as I'm still getting paid, nobody's telling me nothing, and she, you know what I mean? I'm still getting to do my job. I ain't got to, you know what I mean? Until they tell me stuff. So, I it's just my perspective, though. I understand where she was coming from with the, maybe looking at it, but then again, it can also come off as, not just confusion, but like, why are you worried about that? It ain't got nothing to do with you. Just do your shit. You know what I'm saying? You come back, this person, okay, all right. start you doing your, you know what I mean? I don't know. I could be wrong. You feel me? But yeah, that's this whole situation though, bro. You know what I mean? But yeah, let's get on to the next thing, man. Let's get on to something else.
Almighty puss.
Yo, Carti, Playboy Carti, bro. You know, it's responding to Kanye, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because Kanye, you know, Kanye, y'all know Kanye been going crazy, bro. Carti says, yeah, shut the fuck up, man. Chill, man. Just yada, 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 yada. You know what I mean? You know, because Ye just been going, you know, I told you last time, Ye was talking about Carti and some more shit, and you know, Kendrick and all them. He said, I intentionally never smashed Iggy because of Carti. You know what I'm saying? And he said, oh, and Rocky, oh, and Pusha, oh, and Tiger, oh, and French, oh, and you get the pick. That's highly disrespectful, though. That's crazy. See, Kanye just going ham. As we know, you know what I mean? The nigga just unhinged, bro. Like, it's just wild. Like, he is unhinged like a motherfucker. So, anyway, but yeah, man. What y'all think about that joint, man? Y'all think, you know what I mean? But let's go to one more thing on the trending section. Look at this.
Rat thought he could DM me and tap in. Yo, 50 Cent, come get this fake 6-year-old kingpin out of my fucking DMs, nigga. Damn. Nigga should have worked a regular job like my father, nigga. Damn. Big Meech, Big Screech.
Why is he so disrespectful? Meech, call me little nigga.
This rat thought he could DM me and tap.
Why is this man so disrespectful, bro? I mean, I get it that you don't want to, you know what I mean? But, like, top 5, my brother, my African brother. I know he's probably going to insult me when he sees this. He ain't going to care, you know what I mean? But, you know, I'm all about positive vibes. But, bruh, why you got to be so disrespectful about that, you know what I mean? Bruh said, nephew, tap in. And your ass went to, hey, you know, big sneeze, big knees. It's like, bro, don't forget that Kanye said something about you recently, talking about, like, you know, you were telling on him or whatever the fuck, on Drake information, giving information on whatever, something like that, right? Nobody's saying nothing about it. We're not holding you to it. We're not, you know what I mean? Then again, I don't know. I mean, I don't really give a fuck. You know what I mean? But, yeah, bro. Damn, that might, you say he's 60 and you disrespecting him like that. Come on, bro. I don't know, bro. But everybody runs by this different rules. It's just from my perspective. You know what I'm saying? From a street nigga perspective, it's like, hey, that man got allegations, man. You better not mess with him. So I get that too. You know what I'm saying? It's brother. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? We look from multiple perspectives. You feel me? So I get it. You know what I mean? I just feel like there's different approaches. You know what I'm saying? Probably not with the insults. You know, but I get it. You know what I mean? I get it. I feel, you know what I mean? But, yeah, okay. All right, let's get on to something else.
Almighty puss.
All right, look at this one. This one right here was interesting to me, bruh.
Right there through that elevator.
So we ready?
Hell yeah. Now that's on you and all.
All
right, Chad. When's the last time you put out music, by the way? Damn. Chad, this is an honor.
Decade.
Chad.
That's
this
hard.
is an honor, all right? So, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Let's see what this hitting for.
Let me see. Let me try something. Yo, nobody building statues for critics. They just talk about what you did, how you did it, how you move. Was he smooth? Was he fluid? How they gonna tell you how to do it when they ain't do it? I turn the volume down cause they too loud with their opinions. I just drown them out, I turn the sound up on my engines. I've been in my bag and I got them mad, they made me a villain. They up in their feelings, they never admit to whatever they said. I tell them they said it, they tell me they didn't. But I got the receipts, the CCs, screenshots and the retweets.
Damn, Will Smith still got that. What?
Take a name, stay on my mind, I'm a headline. Stay on my grind, I'm a red line. I took a sip of this red wine, sleeping on me, it's your bedtime. I've been in my bag. I'm staring back at the earth, I'm about to make it over. I am legend, it's God's will, and I'm a prophet. A-list, putting bees in the box office. So if you ain't had to respond to action or cut, I need you to respond to this. Shut the up.
Oh, nah. Somebody said, shut the fuck up. Nigga, what you talking about? Hey, nah, you know, so real junk, though, you know what that remind me? This one take junk right here. if you don't know, your boy is an artist too. You know what I'm saying? I do music. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Just letting y'all know you can go check out my music real quick. You know what I'm saying? Almighty Vibes. You know what I'm saying? On all platforms. You know what I'm saying? I think it's Almighty 10K on Apple Music because I just switched the name from Almighty 10K to Almighty Vibes. So, you know, Almighty Vibes on all platforms. You feel what I'm saying? But, yeah, though, he remind me of the homie, man. I got a homie, bruh. Yeah, man, he a one take. He can one take anything. Talented as one, man. J-Saw. Shout out to J-Saw, bro. If you seen this, you know what I'm saying? Or anybody that know, bro, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But, yeah, bro be going, you know what I mean? But nah, though, bro, you know what I'm saying? It's a talent, bro, you know what I mean? And you know, shout out to Blackboy Max. Shout out to Will Smith because I ain't seen much about Will Smith in a minute, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just, you know, I seen the Doechii thing he did with Doechii, you know, the little dance, you know, cameo thing they did or whatever it is. But I ain't really heard much of him since that slappity slappy. Since that slappity slap, bruh. Get my wife's name out your mother loving mouth, nigga. You know what I mean? Since then, I ain't seen much of Will Smith. But now, we got to see Will Smith, you know what I'm saying, and showing us his talents, man, doing his thing, you know what I mean? Because as he said, you know what I mean? Hold on. With their opinions, I just drown them out. I turn the sound up on my engines. Yo, right, he turned the sound up in his engines, you hear me? But nah, though, bruh. Yeah. That's hard. I know. Shout out to bruh. I think that might be all we have. Is there anything else? Oh, God love. Yep, I almost forgot. Look at this, bruh. Tiana Taylor demands peace and a good time. She says she's done discussing Iman Shumpert divorce. I think they said she's filing for what they call that joint. She's filing for or she had petitioned the court or something like that. Basically, he had messed up, saying like that he had the information. How we know about all this stuff? Basically, he leaked the information, and it wasn't supposed to be leaked. It was supposed to be private.
What if I want to get my back blown out in peace?
What the fuck?
You think I got time to talk about a divorce that's a year old? That's a year old, y'all. Let's be fucking for real. Let's be real. And I'm like just so irritated because I didn't want none of this to come out from the beginning. So when people saying, for everybody that's saying, oh, well, this y'all celebrities, this is what come with it. No divorce stuff is private. It can absolutely stay private if you allow it to stay private.
Well, yep, that's a fact, though.
I'm going to give you one even better. We went to mediation that he did not show up to. Mediation avoids you from going to court.
Wow.
Sorry, my phone's dying. Mediation is for you to figure it out before you even have to take it to court. I'm not negotiating nothing. I don't want to da-da-da-da, boom, 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 boom.
What the hell?
Now we got to go to court. Cool. We'll go to court because we can't figure it out. He won't show up to mediation. I'm stuck paying for that. Bet. Cool, we got to go to court. My biggest mistake, but something that I don't regret, was giving him the amount of grace that I gave him. Because it only backfired on me. It only backfired on me. Because I gave a man grace who didn't give it back.
Damn.
So for y'all sitting there saying she want to see the father of her children in jail, I never said that. But most importantly, as the mother of his children, I told him I didn't feel safe. Niggas is saying, yeah, because if I was Shump, I would have offed that bitch. She would have to take her to see the king and da-da-da-da. I'm literally getting threats by grown men. By grown men. What if I want to get my back blown out in peace?
Yeah, man. Like, niggas, what the heck is wrong with niggas, man? You know what I'm saying? What the heck is wrong with niggas, man? Why niggas don't want to, you know what I mean? Like, what y'all trying to make, bruh? Let her do it, bruh. It's her, their private divorce, whatever. You know, however it ended, it's not yours, nigga. You better be happy than you. Shit, we got to pay all that. You know what I mean? But that's crazy, you know what I mean? This nigga why you look like that if you, what is this? Wait, what? I don't know what that one mean. But, yo, though, like, man, yo, my whole thing with this situation, bruh, if bruh really, if it was supposed to be private and y'all signed documents and bruh just spilled the beans, yeah, he definitely need to pay that pay. That's it. Like, real talk. Like, real shit. You got to pay that pay, bruh. You got an agreement. That's my whole thing. All relationships, whether it be a friendship, whether it be your best friendship, whether it be your like partner, love partner, whatever it is, marriages, all that good shit, bro. Everything is an agreement, bro. My whole thing is everybody should be a person of their word. Be a man of your word. Be a woman of your word. If you say you're not gonna do this and we sign, especially when it's legal, you better hold on to that shit. Because if your ass bullshit, boy, you gonna pay. You know what I'm saying? Now he clearly he not tired of paying because he has one. She talking about his ass. She from what she's saying, gave him enough grace, gave him enough time for him to, you know what I'm saying, not waste all the money. But the nigga still didn't try to, and now he's, you know, because we were looking at that shit at first like, yo, this nigga paying what the fuck, all this money. Maybe the nigga just, he don't care. If he don't care, why should we care for him? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You got to respect people's decision. If they're telling you they don't care, you got to respect them. Oh, okay, respect for that. Got you. Whenever you want to care, we're going to be right over it. Yeah, cool. Feel me? So, I mean, with this situation, bro, I'm just saying, I don't know. I can't really, after hearing, and that's the thing, as I said, life is always multiple perspectives, bro. You know what I'm saying? Hearing from her perspective now, at first when we just saw the outline, it just, he looked crazy. You know what I mean? Like, damn, that's why they said don't get married, people, da. Even though, you know, that still didn't, you know what I mean? It's still the same shit. It's just still lost a lot of bread. But maybe he could have saved it if he wasn't, you know what I mean? But I don't know. Yo, learn from this, bro. Learn from this situation. Let's get to another one, bro.
Almighty push.
Look at this one right here. Jonathan Majors and Megan Good are married, bruh. Oh, snippity snip. Bruh, I keep catching little things about these folks' relationship, bruh. Like, it be going crazy here and there. And they saying this is coming, like, just because, like, so basically, bruh he got a movie coming up, you know what I'm saying, the muscle movie. I don't know if y'all seen the bodybuilding movie that's coming up, I forgot what it's called. But magazine or something, you know what I'm saying? That one's coming up. And then I think he had recently on a podcast or something exposed how, you know, he was molested when he was younger. And then also there was a recording that just came out from his ex of, you know, she recorded some stuff when he admitted to like choking her or something, like, you know what I'm saying, being aggressive. All that. So then this comes out. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to cover all the extra stuff that, you know, just a positive jump, but I'm giving y'all the backstory. So then this comes out right now, you know, so people say maybe, you know, because, you know, the rumor is that, or the, you know, whatever the conspiracy theory is that Megan Good is just there as, you know, for publicity's sake to, you know, like she came in when things started going bad with him, you know, with old girl, you know, his previous white chick, whatever, you know, from the whole situation. So she came in to, you know, so that's what they're saying, you know what I mean? So they're saying all these announcements coming up right after bad news and all this good stuff. It's just them trying to, you know what I mean, balance it out. But I don't know. You know what I mean? Shit, even if that's the case, bro, Megan Good is a pretty good looking lady for you to be, you know what I mean? So even if you know what I mean? Hey, I'm just saying. Hey, this is just, I mean, as long as her personality is great, you know what I mean? She was married to a pastor. Who knows? You know, she's probably a traditional holy. I don't know. I don't know. I seen that at the club over here years ago. You know what I'm saying? But you know, on some regular shit. You know what I'm saying? Because you know your boy back in the day. Anyway, but yeah, man. Y'all can let me know what y'all think. Congrats to them for sure, though. You know what I'm saying? Apparently, oh, by the way, it was a small little thing. You know what I'm saying? Little small shindig. I think his mom married them, and you know, it was just a little. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. Anyway, either way, marriage is marriage, bro. You know, however way you all want to do it, your agreement is your agreement. You know what I'm saying? You don't need the publicity. You don't even they shouldn't even told us real shit just to be married. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But it is what it is. Do your thing however way you want to do it. You know, marriage is more about other people than it is for, like, to be realistic. It's more about other people than it is about you. Because if it really was about you, why are you telling other people? Like, why do they gotta know? You know what I'm saying? How does that affect your relationship? Other than people just knowing that you're married. It doesn't change both of you. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think about marriage. You know what I'm saying? It's just more for people to know, oh, this is my person. People say, oh, no, it shows commitment. No, it doesn't. If not, other people, there will not be a lot of cheating and all that good stuff in marriages. It doesn't show shit. It doesn't prove anything different. You know, the nigga would deceive you with the ring on the same way he would deceive you with the ring off. So don't waste your time. Don't be foolish. Focus on bonds, all right? Don't focus on titles. Titles will deceive you every time. Period. That's how I always tell people on this channel, bro. It's not about that's why they tell you don't judge a book by its cover, but rather by the contents of its character. You know what I'm saying? It's not about first impressions. First impressions will always deceive you. It's about long-lasting impressions. Consistent time spent with the thing. So just be wise. But as I said, congrats to them though. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. That's a good one. That's a good one. All right, man. And we have come to the end of Bruh Talk Live for the day. You feel me? It's your brother Almighty. You feel me? This is the land where positivity reigns. I am the sun that shines in that land. Almighty vibes himself. You feel what I'm saying? By the way, you know what I'm saying? Do me a big fave and go check out the music. You feel what I'm saying? Almighty Vibes. You know what I'm saying? On all platforms. Almighty 10K. You know what I'm saying? On the Almighty Vibes for sure on all platforms. Almighty 10K, you know, it's on that's on Apple Music because I recently just changed the name to Almighty Vibes before it was Almighty 10K. So you know, check that out. Of course, go check out the merch as well. You feel me? We got merch. You know what I'm saying? Got different colors and all that good stuff, different styles. You see the back. You got stuff at the back too. You know what I'm saying? It's not just the front. You feel me? You know what I mean? It's simple designs though. Nothing extraordinary. Nothing crazy. You feel me? But yeah, go check it out. You know what I mean? You might see something that you like. You know what I mean? A color that, you know, something simple. You know, support your boy. You feel me? Again, I appreciate you, everybody, you know what I'm saying? You know, small channel growing up, you know what I mean? It be like that. But, yeah, stay mighty because we almighty, man. I'm going to see y'all tomorrow for, of course, another episode, you know what I'm saying? By the way, shout out to everybody that commented, you know what I mean? I know, my bad, I've, you know, been focusing on the thing, you know what I mean? But yeah. Anyway, stay mighty because we are almighty. I am out of this piece. Good night.
Almighty push.